Hello friends, this is Raj Sastry from Raj Option Trading. Today is October 3rd, 2021. I want to cover stock with heavy insider buying. Typically when the insiders are buying heavily, that means they have a great conviction. And normally this happens when the stock is at the bottom and it's really a turning point when the stock is going to go up. This is why it's very good to watch the stocks with the insider buying because typically it's a very good catalyst. So with that, let's do a general market update and look at the stock news with the heavy insider buying and look at positive sales growth and gross margin. I love the stocks with the great sales growth and gross margin. Typically that satisfy rule of 40. And look at few charts and also look at when do we buy and sell. So with that, let's jump in here and get started. And from a broader market perspective, be careful out there. As you can see here, last couple of weeks or so, markets are really a little weaker. It's really seasonality here. Typically around September, October, lot of volatility in the market. So with that, S&P 500 futures, they are trading around 100-day moving average here, trying to do a small comeback here with the bouncing off of 100-day moving average. We got to be still careful here. And same story with Nasdaq 100 is also trying to bounce off of 100-day moving average here, and it's also generally weak last couple of weeks here. And same story with the Dow Jones Industrial Average. It's below its 100-day moving average, trying to make a small comeback here on Friday. And Russell 2000, which is small cap stocks, it's also generally weaker, and it's trying to bounce off of its 100-day moving average also. So with that, be a little careful here and buy selectively, have some cash in the sidelines to buy some good names. So with that, if you look at the bonds here, bonds are really struggling here a little bit. There are a lot of news in the market: supply chain shortage, supply chain issues, labor shortage, energy price soaring, and potentially there is a bond buying tapering from Feds, and there is some discussion around debt ceiling. So all these news are taking a toll on the market a little bit. That's why market is generally drifting lower. And as you look through here, gold is really strengthening a little bit. It's a hedging play. Folks will flee into this safe haven type names like gold, and crude oil is jumping as usual, doing great, but I would not buy crude oil. And energy stocks here will wait for a small pullback here. On the other hand, gold is okay to selectively buy. There are some great gold names you could buy selectively. So with that, if you look through the broader market here, S&P 500 is doing great. Even this small drop here is still doing great here. Look through here, we got COVID-19 crash, one more crash before, and one more small downtick here. Every time this happens, typically the skew here gives a heads up. Anytime skew is above, say 160 or so, I'll be careful, because normally skew gives a heads up maybe 2 weeks to 1 month in advance. Afterwards, stock market tumbles. It happened here. Skew went up. Stock market generally kept going up for a while. Then it tanked. Same story. COVID-19. Skew peaked a couple of weeks before. Then there is a crash here. And now also skew hit 170, one of the highest levels here, and stock market promptly came down here. Now skew is at a reasonable level here. I would be a selective buyer at these levels and take it from there. And VIX, which is a volatility index, it's really not doing much here. This can also peak as we go forward. Typically, it's a good idea to buy some VIX long-term call options and put it aside as a hedging play. So with that, let's jump in here. Look at the stock news. So from a stock news perspective, we got here CTIC. They announced some top line data. Looks like their indication here did not achieve the statistical significance. Stock is sold off here. I would buy a small position here and take advantage of this drop here. And then we got here DBI brands, one of the heavily traded stocks here. Stock is oversold at these levels. Could be a good buy, good to start a small position here in DBI. Then we got cybersecurity stocks here. We got CrowdStrike and Sentinel. Right now, Sentinel is compelling, which is completely oversold, and there is also heavy insider buying in Sentinel. So as we go forward, the future wars are won with the cybersecurity, not with the physical strength. So I would recommend investing in great cybersecurity stocks. I love both of these stocks. CrowdStrike is a absolute leader in the cybersecurity, and Sentinel One is trying to get its footing here. I would recommend buying both these names here, especially Sentinel One, because it's completely oversold here and insiders are buying. And then we got here two stocks here which insiders are buying, and typically when the insiders are buying heavily, that indicates a bottom. So we got Cardiff Oncology and Accelerate Diagnostics. I think it's a good to buy both of these names here slowly and accumulate. And we got here ATER. There is some concern they're diluting the stocks here. I think it's good to look at some of this concern here. At the same time, the company is really connecting with the Amazon sellers, and it's got a good platform. I would selectively buy slowly and take it from there. And we got here one of the best healthcare stock here. According to this news, we got RDUS Radius Health. Stock is oversold. I would slowly buy some of these RDUS here and take it from there. And then we got here PFSI Pennymac. Stock is completely sold off here. I would buy a little bit of PFSI here and sock it away. So with that, let's jump in here. Look at some of these stocks with the insider buying. So this is the list of stocks where there's a heavy insider buying. So as you can see here, we got insider buying here. Look here, we got life. We got 492% insider transactions. And that's a great news. As you can see here, stock has been clocked. It's went down drastically. Insiders are buying. That tells you, these insiders are thinking it's the absolute best value here, and they see a turnaround and they believe in their company. That's why they're buying. And then you've got CTIC, DBI, which is the designer brands, and so on and so forth. And as you can scan through here, there are various companies where there is a good insider buying as well as institution buying. So both insiders and institutions think it's a great buy. I think that's a good indication here. And we got Calhoun Petroleum here. Calhoun Petroleum, as you can see here, a little bit high RSI. I would wait for a little pullback here. I would not jump in right here. On the other hand, Sentinel is already completely oversold here, low RSI. I would recommend buying some Sentinel. And even Allset has got a high short ratio, as you can see here, and insiders are buying heavily and institutions are also buying. That's a good indication. You could buy some Allset, which is a real estate developer. And then we got few more here. ATER satisfies rule of 40, as you can see here. Nice sales growth, nice gross margin, and both insiders and institutions buying. So it's a good idea to buy some along with these insiders and institutions. And we got few more here. DPW, same story. Nice insider buying and institution buying. And we got ALDX, same story. Very good institution buying as well as insider buying. And as you scan through this, I've highlighted a few stocks here like DBI, ATER, DPW. So these are stocks with the great sales growth and gross margin, handily beat rule of 40. That's why these are highlighted here. As well, they have low RSI. Tells you it's a good idea to buy now because stocks are oversold here, and also nice gross margin and sales growth. So in summary, keep looking at these names here, and if you see a high short ratio here, these are for you swing traders. You could buy these slowly. Make sure RSI is lower and buy them slowly and wait for a small short squeeze. So I also highlighted IV percentile here for you option sellers and buyers. You could take a look at IV percentile and trade options if you are accustomed to options. So I will talk about few rules as you go forward. Typically watch for either high IV percentile like life here or low IV percentile, like stocks like as an example, take a look at names with a low IV percentile. Probably one here we got Tmx low IV percentile, also low RSI, could be good for a long-term call option play. So with that, whenever you see a stock has gone up so high, for example, we got CPE, RRD, wait for a little pullback here, no need to rush. All the names where you have high RSI, which is highlighted in red here, wait for a little pullback here. Don't jump in and buy right away. The stocks have overextended. It's good to wait for a little pullback in names like CPE, RRD, and CRDF, and so on and so forth, and take it from there. We got few more names here. You can follow the same methodology here. Look at the stocks where there is nice sales growth and gross margin. For example, Cleansp here. As you can see here, insiders and institutions are buying. Nice sales growth and gross margin. Handily beats rule of 40. I would take advantage and buy some Cleansp here, given the RSI is relatively low here, just 51 here. And even circuit is a good one here. I think stock is oversold, as you can see with the RSI. Heavy short ratio here. I would take advantage of this and buy some circuit and take it from there. And we got BDSI, a pharma company here. Just $3 stock price here. Nice sales growth and gross margin. I would take advantage of this here with the insiders buying here. Might indicate a turning point in the stock direction. So with that, I would buy some BDSI and take it from there. And we got here a little known company called CXM Sprinkler. It's into social networking, $17. Stock is sold off, as you can see here. And trying to make a small comeback here. I would buy some Sprinkler here, take advantage of this high short ratio, and go from there. And as usual, look at the short ratio. If you're a swing trader, when there is a high short ratio, low RSI, that's a good idea to buy some and take it from there. When you see a high short ratio, wait a little bit for a pullback. For example, RIG, and we got your NGL, and even this one, very high very high RSI, GoGo. Party, it's already happened here. Wait for a little pullback. No need to rush when the RSI is high. Option traders look at IV percentile and trade accordingly. We'll talk about few rules as we go forward. Next, we got few more names here. As you can scan through here, all of them have got nice insider buying here. That's a great indication. And I've highlighted a few names for you to look at. As example, SQLT, nice sales growth, gross margin, satisfies rule of 40. Also, insiders are buying. That's a great indication here. And we got a few more here. Vertex, I love Vertex Pharma. Stock has been going down of late. I'm a selective buyer in Vertex and sock it away. And we got Elanco and Tmx, same story. I would buy some at these levels here and take it from there. Next, what I've done is really there are a lot of stocks. Many of you don't have patience or time to sort through all the list here. I've done a short list for you with the stocks heavily top stocks with heavy insider buying with the rule of 40. These are the stocks with the great gross margin and the sales growth here quarter over quarter. So this is a short list for you, so that way you don't need to sift through. So as you can look through here, look at the candidates where there is a lower RSI. I've indicated few here: ATER, DPW, ADC, Cleansp, SQLT, and ELAN. Those are the ones that you could buy and take advantage of this high insider institution buying, and also nice sales growth, and also low RSI levels. So that can help you to really take advantage of this market. and really buy some of these companies along with the insiders, and stay put for a nice ride. So with that, what we'll do is we'll look at few charts here and go from there. So we got ATER, little known artificial intelligence company here. Stock has been falling, as you can see here, and now there's a nice increase in the on the balance volume that tells you, there are smart money. They're buying the stock here. I would buy slowly into this weakness here and accumulate a small position. It's a very low price stock here. It's okay to buy selectively and go from there. And then we got DPW here. They're into designing, manufacturing, and selling power systems here. Stock has been not doing very well in the trading range for a while. Look at on the balance volume. Even though stock is sold off, on the balance volume is pretty racing and pretty steady here. I would buy some of these stocks here. Very low dollar stock, $2.47. You could buy some and sock it away. And then we got ADC. ADC is a REIT, or a real estate investment trust. As you can see here, it also pays a lot of dividend every 2 months or so. Stock is sold off here. I would have a small position here with the ADC and go from there. As you can see here, all these stocks have got nice insider buying, institution buying, as well as handily beat rule of 40, and stocks are oversold with low RSI. So that's why it's good to buy these stocks at this time and sock it away. And last, we got Cleansp here. It's into distributed energy systems. As you can see, a stock is down for a while here, trading range now. Right now, insiders are thinking it's a great value. Institutions agree with them, and there's a nice sales growth, as you can see here. Low RSI. I would take advantage of this and buy some Cleansp and go from there. And Cleansp also has a high short ratio along with ATER and DPW. That can be a good indication for a nice short squeeze. Next, we got few more here. We got SelectQ. It's into insurance play. Stock has gone down drastically, trying to make some improvement here. And as you can see here, on the balance volume is racing. That's a good sign here. And as you see here, SelectQ, nice sales growth, gross margin, handily beats rule of 40, and also a high, let's see here, little higher short ratio here, and insiders are buying. That's a good indication. I would buy some SelectQ and take advantage. And then we got Elanco here. It's into animal health. As you can see, a stock is trying to search for a direction here. On the balance volume is also not great, but what's going on here is we got here insiders buying 6% here. That's a good story, and there's a positive sales growth. Stock is sold off with a low RSI. I would take advantage of this. Chart is ugly here. I would buy some Elanco and sock it away. And then you got Sentinel here. This used to be a great stock when it was IPO'd a couple of months ago. Now stock is kind of trading sideways and down. I would take advantage of this. Great companies like Sentinel, it's good to buy when they're down like this. As you can see here, insiders are buying heavily. They have conviction in the company. I think that's true here. I would buy along with them and take it from there. And then you got little known biotech company PDSB here. After dropping heavily, it's made some progress here. Right now, it's pulled back a little bit to $14. I would take advantage of this and buy some PDSB here and take it from there. I think it's a little known company here. Stock price has been fallen off a little bit. On the balance volume is steady. I would buy some PDSB here and take it from there. And next we got a few more here. We got Vertex, which is a great biotech play here. Stock is down for a long time here. On the balance volume is also down. As you can scan through here, there's a nice sales growth and gross margin. Insiders are buying, and RSI is low here. I would buy some Vertex Pharma here. If you're an options trader, you could sell some put option beneath the stock price given high IV percentile and low RSI. You could take advantage of this and sell some put option underneath the stock price here. And then we got TMX, Terminex. I think most of you know Terminex very well. They're into insecticides and whatnot. And stock has dropped a lot here. As you can see here, on the balance volume is also a little bit low here. I would take advantage of this. Insiders are buying 6%. Nice sales growth, beats rule of 40 here. I would take advantage and buy some Terminex here and go from there. And then you got BDSI. It's BioDeli here, pharma play. Stock has been dropping off late. And insiders are buying heavily. Nice sales growth. I would take advantage of this and buy some BDSI. And then you got MQ here, that a cloud-based platform that helps with the card issuers, credit card issuers. I think stock has been clocked here big time, and on the balance volume is also low. Chart is ugly, but insiders are buying, institutions are buying. That can indicate a turning point here. I would buy along with them and take it from there. So with that, here are some quick rules for you. If you're stock trading, look for a good entry point when the RSI is less than 55 or sometimes even 50 for that matter, and on the balance volume is rising. That's a good indication. You could enter and buy the stock at that level. On the other hand, if the RSI is more than 60 or on the balance volume is falling, you could try to exit slowly and take it from there. And for stock traders, always look for rule of 40 when possible. Quarter over quarter sales growth plus gross margin greater than 40. And also look for low debt candidates with the debt to equity ratio less than 0.30 or so. Many times in some industries there is a heavy debt to equity ratio. You can compare with the industry peers. Generally, good to go with the lower debt to equity ratio, so that way there is not too much debt on their balance sheet. From a catalyst perspective, look for insider buying, insider selling. In case of biotech, there could be some good pipeline. Those are your catalysts. And also short ratio greater than 10% and a low float could be a great indication for a swing trade. So these are the ones for stock traders. You could take advantage of these principles here and trade carefully. And for option traders, if you are bullish, you could buy call option, delta 70 or so, 90 plus days, and look at low RSI and low IV percentile. You want to buy stocks that are oversold and drop a little bit, so there is a room for you to grow and give some more time for you to be right, 90-day plus day to expiration. And also, sometimes what folks do, they want to sell put option, so that way they take advantage of stock price staying the same or going a little lower or going higher. So put option trading is also a good idea here, selling put options underneath the stock price. Again, a bullish strategy. Your profit is capped, but look at RSI less than 35. IV percentile is greater than 50, so you bring in some more money here. 45 to 50 day to expiration. Don't go too beyond. You're exposing yourself to the risk here, and make sure delta is less than or equal to 15. So I know a lot of people who make living by selling put option, and a lot of people who do great by selling call option, because the profit potential is unlimited in the call option, whereas selling put option is a income strategy. Your income or a profit is capped here, but a lot of people make a living out of selling put option. On the other hand, if you're a bearish, try to sell a call option above the stock price. Make sure RSI is above 60, meaning stock is overbought here. Maybe there's a chance it will pull back, and IV percentile is greater than 60, means there is some premium here. You could generate some premium. Typically don't go beyond 50 day to expiration here, and look for delta 15 or so. That way you are looking at a price higher than the current stock price, where it's really difficult for the stock to reach. And if you're buying a put option here because you're bearish, look for high RSI, you want stock to come down, you want a overbought stock here, and IV percentile less than 35, that means you don't want to pay too much premium. And look for 90 plus day DTE here, you want more time to be right here, and delta greater than 40, you want to buy around in the money type stock here at the current price or a little bit higher than the current price, and do the strike selection that way. So with that, these are few cheat sheet for you option traders. So with that, always thank you very much. Happy investing and trading. Please subscribe. Thank you.